What is up? And welcome to the long-awaited episode 56. It's been a minute. Actually, June 3rd is the last time that the three of us recorded together last.
You know what this is? This is our version of the Happy Gilmore sequel. It took 30 years to get that sequel done.
Since the last time we met, we've had 3 world records in track and field, 3 American records, I think, in track and field. We've had a Happy Gilmore sequel. If you look up current events, we've probably had wars start and end.
What happens when 3 runners
from different parts of the country
with different running stories
all get together?
Pure
RunTok
madness.
So listen in as we talk about all things running related.
And some things that maybe aren't running related.
As it's bound to be a good time. This is
RunTok Live.
It's been quite a minute since the three of us have met. I've actually seen both of you since the last time that the three of us met. Me and Carolyn, we hung out for the Classic, and then of course I was in Florida a few weeks ago. Me and Jake hung out, so I've at least got to see you guys. But what have you guys been up to? What is going on?
Let's tell everybody what we did while you were in Florida. We watched one of the worst DC movies that have come out in Superman. I'm not going to say it was the worst. There have been worse, but it was one of the worst. And then I did take Chase on a group run with some fellow runners, more of the social running category, but got some beer, was at a brewery, and met one of the members of my elite team. I had her come out, so that was cool.
Yeah, that was a good time. I appreciated that. I mean, I wanted to get together and run while I was down there, and that was kind of the whole goal. But and then, of course, we went to go see the new Superman movie while I was down there. And yeah, needless to say, me and Jake, we were not fans. And if you know us on this podcast, you know that I am a huge Superman fan. And I think at this point we could probably do some spoilers, but just overall, maybe we can get into it later. But overall, I just wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan at all. Not at all. I won't say at all. There were some positives, but overall, I felt like it was just not a good movie.
Yep.
But Carolyn, what have you been up to?
Carolyn.
Listen, my life is boring, and I love it. Like, summer break was great. I'm back at school. Like, New York City Marathon training is happening. I did see Happy Gilmore 2, and I loved it. Okay? It's not even the ballpark of idiocracy, okay? Because once I finished watching Happy Gilmore 2, I felt smarter.
Have you seen it yet, Chase?
Yeah. We watched it the other day.
I haven't finished it because I actually fell asleep, not for any other reason than I was just super tired and I fell asleep. So I won't be watching it, but I liked it. I mean, I liked what I was awake for anyways.
I thought it was exactly what it needed to be. It was a complete story. It was a good continuation. They did a good job of like filling the gaps without leaving a lot of questions. And I thought it was excellent. And all the cameos, dude. The shout out to all those PGA players, man. Dude, Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. I mean, you guys were awesome. Who else was in there? Kopka and DeChambeau, right? I think was the other one. So yeah, you guys did excellent.
The best cameo was Eminem, though.
Eminem was the best cameo. I didn't realize it was him until I went back and like looked at all the cameos. I was like, that he is almost unrecognizable.
I recognized him right off the bat, but I'm also a pretty big. I mean, I think you are too, Chase. I'm a pretty big Eminem fan.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I'd say I'm a pretty big fan, but like, I mean, I like him, but I definitely knew it was him. And the other golfer John Daly. John Daly was hilarious. I mean, he was awesome. So yeah, I thought Happy Gilmore was exactly what it needed to be. It was a solid, funny movie. Didn't try to like be anything that it wasn't. Right? It was just a Happy Gilmore sequel, and that was exactly what we got.
Did y'all get a lot of like dodgeball vibes from Happy Gilmore? Like it was like the golf version of dodgeball.
That's how Adam Sandler movies are, though, in general.
Okay, that
Like,
makes sense.
it was.
I mean,
a
I would almost call. I
standard-
mean, if you're gonna say that, like the original Happy Gilmore came out way before Dodgeball, so
yeah.
it'd be like Dodgeball was the Happy Gilmore of Dodgeball movie.
Yeah,
But-
maybe.
Like,
Ben
that's
Stiller
where the
character.
logo of the Adam Sandler production company, whatever that's called,
Happy
came
Madison.
from Happy Gilmore. Like, it started with Happy Gilmore. That's one of his OG movies.
And that's why, like, I never went back and watched the first Happy Gilmore, and I really didn't think I needed to because I think that Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison are probably two of the comedy movies that I've seen more than any of them, like easily in the top 5.
Big Daddy's in my top 5 too.
I didn't enjoy. I mean, Big Daddy was funny, but those two movies were just off the charts for me.
Can I just point out? So we got me. I'm wearing an alter ego running hat. I'm wearing my Boston shirt. You got Chase wearing an alter ego hat, his first form shirt. Then you got our other podcast co-host is wearing a Texas Rangers baseball shirt. You are not on the correct podcast, Carolyn.
So there's a reason I'm wearing my Texas Rangers shirt. So they are on a huge winning streak. They went from like no chance in the playoffs to, or not play, yeah, no, postseason to now being tied for 5th. It's either 5th or 6th in the AL West. Don't quote me on that. I want to say they're in the AL West, but so yeah,
in the AL West, you're correct.
beautiful. Look, see, yep.
They're third in the AL West because there's only 6 teams and 5 teams. Sorry, 5 teams in the AL West.
Okay, they were tied with the Mariners.
If we look at the American League, they are in 7th, 8th place.
Okay.
Carolyn, let me test your devotion to the Texas Rangers here.
Oh no.
Who do you consider to be the greatest Texas Ranger baseball player of all time? There's only one answer that it should be.
So he's a controversial player, but I would say Josh Hamilton.
Nope.
Or Elvis Andrews, because
Nope. Nope. No,
Excuse
I'm
you?
disagreeing with you. I'm going to say Ivan Rodriguez.
Dude,
yeah.
Nolan Ryan. It's Nolan Ryan.
There's a bunch of good ones.
Ivan Rodriguez. I would go with Ivan. I mean, Nolan, fantastic. I guess it's harsh for me to say, like, I don't consider pitchers part of it, but I should. Ivan Rodriguez, what's he got? 13, 14 seasons with them.
He was a great catcher for sure.
Like one of the best catchers, yeah. All right. Well, anyways, I guess we're all wrong except for because Nolan Ryan probably is the correct answer there. So.
He used to have a box right behind home plate next to George Bush. So it was interesting because you would see the batter and then right behind him you'd see Nolan Ryan and George Bush just having a good time. So.
Oh, man. Well, guys, in the running world, what do we got coming up, man? We got some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the most important track meet of the year. It is the 20,000 meter race walking championships.
Yeah.
Like children's.
Oh, God, guys.
I saw a video of children's race walking the other day. I didn't. These kids were pretty serious.
Could they do a 20K?
I mean, they're walking, so I would imagine. However, I mean, you just walk, right?
So there's a fun thing about that, and then we'll get into the whole USATF Outdoor Championship. But there's a fun fact. Race walkers, technically, they 1 foot. It's basically impossible for them to keep 1 foot off the ground at all times. So the thing is to just not get caught. So
That reminds me, and again, I hate going back to movies, but I also don't. There is a new movie coming out. Let's call it a running movie. It's called The Long Walk. Stephen King movie. Have you guys seen or heard of it?
no.
It's kind of like a Hunger's Game type of thing. It's about, and it's one of his first books that is finally being turned into
Time out. Did you just say Hunger's Game?
Hunger Games.
Okay.
Ah,
I might rewind that later and
to see if
yeah,
I pronounce
that.
it
But okay.
But yeah, it's about this. They live in this like dystopia future where everyone's pretty poor, and then they select these kids from each like town. We'll see how the movie spins it, and they put them on this walk, and the military follows them on this walk, and they have to walk at least 3 miles per hour the entire time. They can't stop walking for more than 10 seconds, and they just keep walking. But if you break any of the rules or you stop walking, you die. They kill you. So there's only going to be one kid left standing at the end. And so it's called The Long Walk, and it looks pretty intense. Check out the trailer. But there's a I guess the next version of a distance runner / walker movie to the extreme.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme.
I don't know if I could watch, because like watching kids get knocked out one by one, I don't know how I would feel about watching that.
How what'd you do for the Hunger's Game?
What did I do for the Hunger Games?
Have you ever? I'd like to introduce you to a show called Cobra Kai.
Is there a lot of kids getting
kids
knocked
beating up each other?
It is just straight a bunch of kids beating the hell out of each other. I mean,
See, that's one thing. If like, I feel like if kids versus kids, but then you have adults versus kids, I feel like that's a different.
That happens in season 4.
Sometimes, yeah. It comes and goes.
Yeah.
That also happened in the Karate Kid movies. That was the whole point. He got beat up by the senseis of the bad guy, of the bad team.
Okay, speaking of that, so the soundtrack is fantastic. So I was on a run on Monday and I was not feeling motivated, and then You're the Best came on. It was a fantastic run. Fantastic.
Okay. I'll have to listen to it because I can't recall what that was.
It's the one that goes, "You're the best
Yeah.
around. Nothing's ever gonna get." It's a classic.
Actually, for the listeners, Carolyn, can you just sing the whole song for us? Because some of them are probably on a run right now as they're listening to this.
You know what? That's the only part. I feel embarrassed. That's the only part I know. So I would just keep singing that for like 5 minutes, and we would get no viewers.
Well, you're onto something though. I think if you made an all-time like 80s rock movie inspired playlist, like that would definitely be on it. Right up there with like Eye of the Tiger, Best of the Best, all the Stan Bush songs from the Transformers movies. I mean,
Chariots of Fire. I know that's not 80s, but
we'll include it.
It's up there. You just reminded me, Best of the Best. I forgot about that one. Have you seen that one, Carolyn?
No.
Also a karate movie, but man, so good.
Y'all know I have my black belt in karate, right?
And blood
really?
sport.
Yeah.
Carolyn has a black belt in karate?
I do. It's a fun fact. I have one in karate and taekwondo.
Okay, hold on. Let's add this to the list of Carolyn was the Chick-fil-A chicken. Whatever, right?
I was.
And now you have a black belt in karate.
Yeah. I got it when I was in middle school. It took me 6 years.
You're like, on TikTok, have you guys been seeing the Chit videos?
No.
Look up Chit. Look up Chit. You're reminding me of Chit. It's a play on The Office, but he's a new character.
Because of you, Jake, I've been seeing the FV Shred guy.
Yeah.
So
Seriously? Oh, be shred.
No, and that's his whole comment section. And like, I mean, he's he's so freaking funny. And
Yeah.
I listen just to hear when he's going to say F that guy or F V shred.
I just love when he does his random pose. Like you'll get a split second view of him doing some random pose, like he's doing the splits on his kitchen counter, or he's just flexing his muscles in his Jeep mirror.
Yeah.
And then randomly he'll just go, seriously, and he shows a picture of V-Shred. Seriously? V-Shred. It's just hilarious. Sorry for the curse words, listeners. Hope you're not under the age of 18.
But anyways, the USATF Outdoor Track Championships are coming up on the 31st. We already talked about race walking, so everything else sucks. So what's everyone's second favorite?
1,500. That's stacked.
It is.
Pretty stacked, yep.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I'm kind of bummed that Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni is not going for the double. She's only running the open 4. She's not running the 4 hurdles.
Huh.
I wonder, like, how close are they, like those events together? Though that would probably be.
They're, I think, far enough away. I think they're like the problem would be the heats that she'd have to go through.
Yeah,
I think that's what intertwines too much. But like I was listening to. I think I was watching a video or something. I can't remember where I saw it, but they were talking about how they can actually maneuver the schedule around a little bit to accommodate that. But just nobody's ever really done both of those events before.
Yeah, that's kind of like I was asking on our last episode for the pre-classic. I said, has anyone ever done the mile and another event, as far as those. But yeah, I feel like it gets a little bit more specialized at these higher level meets where they usually will focus on one race for the most part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sprinters are, a little bit different, but definitely like 400 and above.
But like even with sprinters, like you look at distance running, right? Like the 10,000? Yeah, 10,000's at the beginning of like the Olympics, and then the 5,000's toward the end. Yeah. And the same thing with like the 200 and the 100, or 100 and 200. 100's towards the beginning, 200's towards the end. So they spread them out a little bit. I just think that the 400 and the 400 hurdles are not the typical ones that they see.
Looking at the men's 1,500 field, which is pretty stacked, right? Hawker, Kessler, Yard and Goose. You got Ethan Strand again. Nathan Green is in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the field, and again, any of them can take it because they're all within seconds of each other. But I still got to go Yard and Goose, and it's not just me like being biased because he got outkicked by a split second in the last race that he did. But I feel like that's his race, like that's his event, the 1,500. Like this, it's going to the Yard and Goose. It's gotta.
See, I said that, and then Chase and I watched the pre, and I mean, we were completely upset. Like that whole meet was upset.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, I mean, I would like Nugus to take it, but now I'm looking at this field, and I'm like, well, I mean, maybe Jonah Koch? Is that his name?
Koech.
Well, and again, it just goes to say that we have so many talented athletes at that level, especially in that 1,500 1 mile distance, and even the 5K distance. Like it's very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
When you get into the 10K, half marathon, there's like a couple of top seeded, and then a pretty big gap after that. But for the 1,500, they're all kind of right there. So I wouldn't be surprised on, especially the 5 that I mentioned: Hawker, Kessler, Nagus, Green, and Strand. If any of them took it, but I feel like Yard and Goose has that slight edge on it. I didn't see where it was. Do you guys have that? Where are they doing it?
That was my question too.
I believe Eugene. Yeah.
Is he?
Ah,
So that's
Yeah.
Kessler territory too, or not Kessler, but
Hawker.
Magoo's territory.
mm-hmm.
Hawker
Yep.
went to Oregon. Nagoose went to Notre Dame.
Oh, nice. So, oh God. Well, so I'm looking at the high for Eugene this weekend. Friday is a high of 84, Saturday is 83, and Sunday is 76. So, honestly, not as bad as I was thinking.
Not as bad as it has been. Like it was 102 today here where I am.
Yep. Same with Dallas. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So I wanted to confirm here, but the Coach that we were talking about is Jonah Coach, not to be confused with Fanuel Coach, who's the 18-year-old Kenyan who just beat Josh Kerr like 10 days ago in London. So in Josh Kerr's own backyard. So that was kind of an impressive race. I watched that. Josh Kerr thought he had it, and then that kid just smoked him. So
These kicks, man. Like it just shows you can't get too comfortable.
18 years old, man. We were thinking like I know I was thinking that like the 1500 between like Ingebrigtsen, Kerr, Hawker, Nagoose, like those guys was going to be what we're looking at. But now we're seeing a whole nother age group already stepping up in these 18 to 20-year-olds. Hops Kessler, he's a 20-year-old, 2021, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty fun. That 1500 meters is so much fun.
It really is.
It's so much fun right now.
Yes, oh, yeah.
Well, and then we brought it up before. We got the 800,
Uh-huh.
and normally I'm not super excited about the 800, but I am a little bit excited to watch a 16-year-old compete against these guys. You know,
Mhm.
Cooper, we were talking about Cooper. I'm going to butcher his last name, Lutkenhaus, I think is how you'd say it.
Mhm.
Do you think if we were to compare, because obviously we're talking two different distances, or at least I'm about to throw two different distances out there. If you were to compare him to Quincy Wilson, the 400-meter runner, what do you think? You think like this dude's more impressive than Quincy Wilson?
I would say, God, that really is tough because they are.
It's tough because Quincy Wilson's had the opportunity to be on an Olympic team already. So, like, he's already done some good stuff, but who's to say that Lutkenhaus or whatever would have been, on the Olympic team? We'll see. We'll see when it comes to the championships here if he finishes, top 3.
Do you think he breaks his 145 that he recently did that broke the high school record?
I don't know. I don't know enough about this kid because that's really a question of his, maturity and his adaptability to come into a huge event like this. Like, yes, he's done it at the high school level, and he's done it as a 16-year-old, a sophomore at the high school level. But this is a different ball game. Running in Eugene, Oregon, running in the house that Bowerman built, and having to do it against all these pros is a completely different story. So if he's a good kid, like if he's got a good head on his shoulders and he's confident, I think that he can come out and do really well, and yes, beat his personal best.
I see it happening for one of the reasons that you mentioned, and that is racing with the pros.
Yeah,
I think that it could go one way or the other. It could really break you, right? Where you end up just being mentally beat,
And the 800 is an easy race to let that happen in too.
Exactly.
But he's done it. Like that's his event, right? But the 800 is one of the more mentally grueling races.
Yep. No, 100%.
Yeah.
But then it could go the other way, where he could be driven by that extra competition and maybe, run a second faster or half a second faster. Like he's not going to blow it out of the water, but I think if he breaks it, he's running like a 144, something around there, which still won't place him. Like he's not going to win the race with that, but that's very respectable for a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, Donovan Brazier's been on a comeback tour this summer, and then of course
Yeah,
there's always
Hoppel,
Heupel, yeah, and
Hoey or Huey. Is that how you say Hoey?
yeah, Huey,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Good
So
field.
yeah, the 800's gonna look pretty spicy too.
That'll be fun. I don't know if there's probably going to be one of the funky ESPN channels or something where you can. Cause I don't think they nationally televise that one.
I would think it'll be on Peacock. I would hope, because
I'll
I
have to
think
look.
USA Track and Field still has like an NBC deal.
Are you guys USATF members?
Mm-mm.
Carol, it might be beneficial for you in your area because you have a higher volume of races around you, and a lot of them are probably USATF scored.
Yes.
Chase, I mean, you got the Indianapolis stuff, but there's probably not a super high volume of 5Ks and 10Ks that are USATF like races.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I think it's like $10 a year. You get a membership with it, and then you do get scored, against other USATF athletes, which you can always look at your standings on there. It's kind of nice.
I think I was there for a few years in my younger years, like in like high school and stuff. Because I remember I was traveling to like indoor track meets, and I was tracking my indoor track ranking. Because there wasn't a whole lot of high schoolers that did that.
Well, and as a Masters runner too, Chase, they do a lot of. They have the USATF Masters Grand Prix Series, which
I
is
think I
nice.
follow them on Facebook because I've seen something about that here recently.
Yeah, it's pretty. I wonder if I want to see something while we're looking at this. Syracuse half marathon. They used to be if you went to. I'm not seeing it anymore. If you went to the Syracuse Half Marathon website, which was the Masters USATF National Half Marathon Championship, my team picture, me and the four guys that I ran with, we were the head of their banner on their website because we placed second overall that year. Yeah, they do a ton of cool stuff open runners too, Carolyn, but as a Masters runner, they have a Masters specific circuit, which is kind of neat. And they have the senior stuff too, because there's Masters, and then they have like the senior games,
Grandmasters,
Grandmasters, Grandmasters, Great Grandmasters, whatever they call them. Yeah, you watch it though. Some of those 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds out there doing the 100, it's
I hope I
incredible.
can do that when I'm there.
Right? I feel like it's easier. And again, obviously, I don't know because I'm not of that age yet. Like if you get to that 80 category, right? And you see those 80-year-olds that do the 100-meter dash, and they look like they're hurting, and they probably are because that's all fast twitch muscle that they're using for that entire thing. I feel like it's easier at that age to do the longer distances than it is to go sprint a 100. That's just my gut reaction. I have no science to back that up, but just looking at the videos, that's what it looks like to me.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot more factors in it than just like physical strength, right? But I don't know. You might be right.
I mean, we'll find out. This podcast will still be around when we're all 80. So
Right. We'll go ahead and run that experiment ourselves.
And Carolyn will be pushing 70 at that time, but
I know, y'all are so much older than me.
we got speaking of feats of endearment here, there's a kid here. I won't say his name because he is underage, but a great kid, and he just did, and he's 14, and he did a backyard ultra, last man standing ultra in Georgia, and he's doing a 250-mile race in Georgia in the next couple of weeks. I will say his dad asked if I would coach him. I did say absolutely not. And I was very honest with him. I said, listen, I don't believe a kid of that age should be putting in those miles and putting in that kind of the training that's required to put in those miles, especially when he's also on the cross country team and he needs to train for that cross country team. Like, I hope he does it. I hope he succeeds. I'm just not the coach that's going to take him there.
Well, the thing that you gotta be careful with there, and I know, of course, Jake and I we grew up running, so we can kind of see it. You risk injury so much at that age. There's a kid who I know relatively recently around here who, you see him out at track meets. He's braced up with, stuff to support his ankles and support his knees because he's running so much, but he's not taking care of his body. He's not resting, and rest is a very important thing. Had the same problem when I was in high school. There was a kid at the neighboring town over that school would always brag about how he ran 1,000 miles that summer. He ran so many miles that summer, and he was going to be so good. Well, you know what? He was never good because he was always fighting injuries. His knees were always jacked up.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard, especially in the younger ages too. There's an injury risk, like Chase just said. You can literally stunt a kid's growth if they're still in their growing stages, like their height, their muscle development, their bone development. When you're logging those miles at a young age, you risk, stunting that, slowing that down, stopping it even. So that's where I kind of draw the line. Like, you definitely got to increase that mileage over time. But for me, in my opinion, you shouldn't be doing an ultra at 13, 14, 15 years old. Like, maybe when you get into 18, 19, if you've got a great coach and that's what your focus is ultras. But wait, wait.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I can say is wait.
And we're certainly not saying that you can't do one or that you shouldn't, whatever, support your child if that's what you're trying to do. But it's just such a specialized form of training that you're going to have to be doing, because that at that age, the nutrition, the calories that they're burning, like, it's just so specialized that, like, normal running coaches are not going to be able to help you out.
Well, they're going to be afraid to, which is what I was. Like, I don't want to be the coach that coached this kid to injury.
Well, I mean, I've never done anything like that myself either, so, like, I wouldn't want to try and tell people how to approach an event like that.
That sparks a question. Carolyn, do you still have a coach?
Yes.
And does your coach, and say it if you're comfortable with it, but does your coach have a background in running? Like, was he or she a high-level runner?
Yeah, so she holds several track titles. She went to University of Wisconsin. I forget which of it wasn't like the
Not
home.
UW.
Yeah, it was one of the like sister, like the offshoot campuses. So she holds a lot of track titles, and she's an assistant track coach for their program.
So that sparks the question, though: does a running coach need to have like a background as an experienced runner, or like, I look at the NBA, right? How many NBA coaches are not former NBA players? How many football coaches are not former NFL coaches or NFL players? There's a lot of them. And then you look at some of the previous greats, and Bill Bowerman, for example, was never a high-level professional runner, right? But he just knew endurance. He studied it. He became good at it. Do you think, and this is an opinion, do you think that a coach in running needs to have a running background as a runner?
I mean, no, because you brought up Bill Bowerman, who was fantastic. I think you just need a good knowledge of the whole runner. And I feel like this is going to be controversial, But I feel like there are a lot of good runners out there right now who should not be coaches.
True. That could be said for any sport.
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah.
Nash was a horrible basketball coach in the NBA, but he was a great player. So.
Yeah. Yep.
But then Jason Kidd was a great player, and he's a great basketball coach.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There are plenty out there, but I think there's so many just like horror stories of like running coaches or runners being horrible running coaches, but we don't have, I don't know enough stories about non-runners being good running coaches, so I don't know.
And then there's a lot of coaches out there that picked up running about 6-7 years ago. They were former football players, and they built this fake brand off of misinformation and became popular off of it. So I don't want to say any names, but
I think that's the important thing with having experience versus not having experience, right? So the Bill Bowerman example is really an outlier, right?
really,
Like,
yeah.
so, and I'm not well versed on, shame on me, on Bill Bowerman's history or whatnot, but I would venture to say that he didn't just jump from not knowing anything about running to being the head coach of the Oregon track team, right? Like there was a progression there. There was an escalation there of knowledge, of experience in some way. And that's what you really have to take into account with not just experience, but what are you really getting out of the content that they're telling you they're going to be giving you, right? A lot of content creators just are going to feed you BS because it's what's going to get them clicks and likes. And that's what's fed them all into thinking that they can be coaches or they can they can tell you how to do these things. But you just have to be wary of those. I'm not saying that all the ones that are popular and getting clicks and likes are bad. It's just that's why you have to pay attention and kind of do your own homework. Be your own thinker.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Do your research. I think we've talked about this before, but when you're looking for a running coach, do your research. Don't just go to the first running coach that you find. Don't go to the cheapest running coach that you find. Don't go to the one that is local to you. Like do your research. And they may be a great coach, but they may not be a great coach for you. That's another thing too. You got to look at your needs and what you are looking for out of a coach, because maybe that great coach can't provide that for you. That's the other thing. I mean, Chase, you've had a coach that you spoke very highly of. Wasn't local to you. It was all remote, remotely done. I think we had him on the podcast.
Yeah,
too.
we had Coach Paul on. Yep.
Yep.
He just became a new dad since the last time we met. So congratulations, Paul.
Yep, and Carolyn, I mean, you've had a couple of coaches, but you got a great coach now that does have that background in running and records on there. Chase's coach, I know, still runs at a high level when it's still racing. It's been a while since I've had a coach, but I did have a coach that comes from a high level running background. If I'm looking for a coach based on what I want to get out of that coach, I personally am looking for someone that does have a strong running background. But I'm not saying that's what everyone needs.
Yeah. Everybody's like got their own needs that they want out of a person. Like me, I don't think I could have a coach that is slower than me. Like or has never been faster than me. Right? Like, because how am I, if they've never ran at that level, how do I expect them to get me to that level? So that's kind of, and there's arguments to be made against that. I understand. That's just how my brain works. That's what works for me. And that's what I look for in a coach.
No, there's absolute validation to that. So I am a running coach, as you guys know, but I have always said there's been runners that have approached me for coaching that are faster than me, that I turn them down because I say, hey, I don't think I can take you to that next level. I think that there are other coaches out there that can. So I've turned people down because they're too good already. I specialize more in working with seniors and working with kids or working with those first-time marathoners, second-time marathoners. So yeah, to your point, I think the coach sometimes will acknowledge that too, Chase. Like, and hopefully they do. Hopefully they're not just out there for the paycheck and just say, "Yeah, give me your money, I'll coach you."
Right,
Right.
like they know their own limitations, they
Yeah.
know their own abilities. Yeah.
100%. I don't know how we got started on that topic. Sorry, but
I don't know. Listen, I'm ready to get back to the 5,000 meter track championship. My boy Grant Fisher is running.
Is he running against
Let
Jake's
me.
boy, Nico Young?
Yeah.
let's go.
How about
Young.
how about my boy Graham Blanks? That's right, dark horse in it. Blanks is going to be. I think this is Blanks' race.
This is
Grant Fisher, he set the American record in the 5,000 indoors earlier this year. Nico set the 5,000 American record earlier this summer. Graham Blanks, man, I'm telling you, Graham Blanks. It's his
I don't know
turn.
if I'm gonna be on that same ride with you, Chase, but I might sit in the back seat on that one. But I do want Young. I love Young so much. I want Young. I mean, if he could pull out another 10,000 performance, in that 5K, come from behind. It also depends on how the race goes for the first half of the race. For the 5,000 and above, it's like, what are they going to make the race for the first 6 laps? And
Yeah,
then,
because like Grant Fisher, right? Look at him. He's been really working on his speed, right? We've been talking about how he's like almost a converted miler right now.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'd say he is primed and ready for a sit and kick style race.
Oh, okay. So I'm seeing some. So we've got Grant Fisher, Graham Blanks, Nico Young, all running the 5K and the 10K. So do you think they're gonna have an A race and a B race, or do you think they're just gonna go buck wild on both of them?
They won't do an A B race, not for that distance.
They
Okay.
sometimes do for the 5, but I don't know about for this event.
Yeah, they'd probably throw them all in because for the 5K and 10K, they don't max it out at 8, per lane. They'll double it up, so they'll usually do 16. Right, is where they'll take it to.
Yeah, but do you think like Grant, Graham, and Nico are going to give 100% to the 5K and 100% to the 10K, or will they use the 5K as a warm up? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I think they'll definitely give the 5K everything they got. The 10 will be more strategic, maybe.
Okay.
I think that, because which one comes first? The 10 comes first, right?
Traditionally, it does. I don't know if it does.
Okay, so usually it does. So I would say that, they might race the 10 pretty handily, but they also might kind of feel it out and see how the race goes. But I think the 5, I think that's just the higher profile race right now. I think that's the one that they'll be eyeing.
Yep. I mean, I could see, and again, I'll go back to Nico Young. I think Nico Young knows he's probably a better 10K runner than he is a 5K runner. So if he goes into the 5 saying, like, thinking in his head, like, oh, I don't have a shot at first, maybe he doesn't give his full effort if he thinks the 10K is where he has the better shot. But again, to your point, Chase, like, I think the 5K is probably the more likely one that they put the most effort into.
Yeah, like I think the 10K could very easily become that sit and kick race. I don't know that anybody will be trying to, especially if it's hot, nobody's going to really be trying to race that 10K. But yeah, the 5K, especially if it's towards the end of the event, like they'll just give it everything they got.
Carla, when are we going to see you in the USATF National Championships?
Oh, I'm going to be the water girl at the event.
Are you?
No. But did I tell you I'm trying to volunteer for the LA Olympics in 2028?
Yep.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. So you might find me there. That might be the next time I'm around, first and only time I'm around pros.
If you want to, maybe cheer for myself and Chase on the marathon course there, as we're
Yeah.
cruising past there.
Yeah. Just don't be on the same day as race walking.
You're telling me if it came down to race walking or Chase and Jake in the Olympics for the marathon, you're going to go watch the race walking?
No, I would see you guys.
Okay.
All right. Jeez. So us and Connor just hanging out, and you go watch race walking.
Race walking. It's horrible. Oh my God. Horrible.
Like, can you believe this, Mancy?
So I'm actually really excited for Connor Mance's career, and so switching gears. So for the listener, Connor Mance is trying to go for the American record at Chicago. I like how he is being so upfront with his goals. Chicago's in what, 8
October.
weeks? Yeah. I love how he's already going to be like, you know what? In the fall, I'm going for that record. Giving himself enough time to prepare, getting everybody excited. So, I love Connor Mance.
Yeah, he is a very you can't not like him. Like, how can you not like Connor Mance? I mean, that's just the type of person he is, right? Him and Clayton Young both, like, they're just, gosh, they are true testaments to our sport right now.
I agree.
I have a question. Is Engels done? Is he done with the Olympic tryout? Do you think his career is done as far as attempting to get onto an Olympic team?
I mean, he's not gonna his chance, and we love you, Craig, we do, but his chances for the next Olympics, he'll be
up there in age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I think we even talked about it when we had him on before the last Olympics.
Yeah. And he
it was like, yeah, he did, like, he didn't know what was going to happen after that Olympics.
But then I see him pacing. Oh God, what's her name for the mile?
Faith. Yep.
Yeah, Faith. And I was like, man, he's just making it look easy. He's just out there, running this sub 4 minute pace like it's no problem.
Ain't no thing, man. Craig Engels living in a van, call him on the landline. Dude, you want to come out and pace Faith Kipyegon for a mile? Can you still run sub 4? Pretty sure.
I think he's been racing. He did a couple of track meets earlier this year and didn't do horribly.
Yeah, there's just a lot of young guns that are coming up. There's freaking 16-year-olds running 145s that are coming up here. Like, it's a new era, But there's that other part of me that wants to root for the Craig Engels of the world. It's like, dude, one last hurrah would be kind of cool. Like,
it would be. It'd be really awesome. We're of course we're rooting for you, Craig. But
do it. Prove us wrong. Prove everyone wrong. Prove that living in a van has its benefits. And
I had a good time making that little short video that me and Carolyn at the going back through the Chris Farley living in a van down by the river skit was awesome. Oh man, I miss Chris Farley.
So good, guys. We speaking of other sports, we lost Mr. Hulk Hogan.
We lost Hulk Hogan. We lost Ozzy Osbourne. We lost Ryan Sandberg yesterday. Baseball player.
Sandberg, man.
Yeah.
And who else was a part of that? Malcolm Jamal Warner. He died real young. Drowned in a swimming accident or something.
Yeah, saving his daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. Something like that. But, yep. R.I.P. to some legends there. Of course, each one of them probably had their own controversial issues, especially, Mr. Hogan. But
Hogan, for sure.
you can't deny the the impact that he had on professional wrestling. So that will never be you'll never be able to take that away from him. So
Yeah, he was the face. I would argue he was always like he's on the Mount Everest of wrestling.
Yeah, like if you were to do a Mount Rushmore, it's like him, Flair, Rock, maybe him, Flair, The Rock
would probably be the newest one,
and maybe Cena. I don't know.
Cena?
I think Cena would be on there.
It's hard for me to put Cena on there. I would put Triple H on there.
Not over Cena. I don't think so. I don't think you can do that. I don't think many wrestling fans would agree with you on that one. Triple H he was a great wrestler in his day. And I loved Shawn Michaels too, dude. The whole DX, that was awesome, but I think
those classics, Andre the Giant, Jake the Snake. I mean, so much fun. Who was the wrestler? I should know his name. Was it Ric Flair? No. Who was the one that was in the very first Spider-Man movie that fought Tobey Maguire in the ring?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, there it is.
The Macho Man. He was gonna break you.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Carolyn, did you ever watch wrestling?
Nope. So I'm just smiling and nodding.
You're like, do you know who any of these? You know who Hulk Hogan is. You have to know, and you know who The Rock is.
Yeah. But
I know other names are.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yay.
Jake the Snake would always have the boa constrictor on his neck.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Yeah. Roddy Piper.
Heck yeah, Sting.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Who was the guy that was the Jean-Claude Van Damme lookalike?
Crap, Van Damme. His name was something Van Damme. Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, there you go, Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam.
They were so entertaining to watch. Like that's all. It was pure entertainment. That's all.
I told you. Like it was a few months ago. I can't remember. It was whenever the Royal Rumble happened. I just turned on like Peacock or something, and the Royal Rumble was on. And I didn't have anything else to watch. I think football had just gotten done. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I had a good time. I was into it by the end of it. I was standing up. First time I'd watched wrestling in years, probably 20 years.
It's fun, I'm telling you. Wait, taking it back. Let's all make a pick. 1,500 USA TF champions or nationals. Who's winning? You got to stick with your pick. Can't change it after this recording. You already know mine. Yard and Goose.
I'm taking Cole.
Taking Cole? All right.
Taking Cole.
Mr. Hawker.
Y'all know I gotta do the accent, but Hobbs Kessler.
He's American.
I don't care. I literally don't care. The announcer.
Hobbs Kessler.
What a time. I mean, that's just
right.
random pick.
You
Yeah.
kind of do the same thing with Cole. Cole Hawker. I'm going to take Cole Hawker.
You sound like you're pissed off at Harry Potter. Like, that sounded like.
What did Harry Potter do to you, Chase? Come on.
Right?
All right, so Mr. Hawker for Chase. We got Kessler. I can't do the accent, sorry, for Carolyn.
Yep.
Yard and Goose. Yard and Goose for me.
All right. You going to do a watch party for that one, too?
I was going to say, and should we do some sort of fun wager? Like, whoever wins, the other two has to do jumping jacks or something on camera, or I don't know, do something funny.
How about we won't make it a major race, but if I win, Carolyn has to wear an alter ego hat at our next half marathon.
Okay, well, we can make that work.
Okay.
I can wear an alter ego hat during a half.
And we need video.
And if Carolyn wins,
Oh, I already know where this is going.
Jake's got to wear a Brooks shirt. We won't go shoes.
Yeah.
We won't go shoes.
Mm-mm.
Do you still have that hat, Jake, or did you give it away?
I just gave it away to the trash can.
All right. So you got to wear a Brooks top for one of your local races. I know you got like a strict dress code or something, but you got to figure something out.
Well, I can do one of the non-Grand Prix races.
There you go.
Do that. The Grand Prix, I have no choice. I have to wear personally sports, but yeah, I can do that.
I think it'd be worth taking a fine over.
That's if Carolyn's Kessler wins this. All right, so what I found, you stole my alter ego one, so I can't do that. Oh. Does it have to be a visible thing though? Because I was gonna pick a movie that Carolyn has to watch, but
What movie? Oh no!
Look at the fear in her eyes.
What movie?
What movie are we talking about?
Idiocracy.
See, trauma right there.
Did you watch the whole movie?
Yes, I watched the whole movie.
You have to watch the movie, and I believe it's just called Marathon. I think it's called Marathon, an Underdog Story. Marathon.
Okay.
By let me find this.
Okay.
Because if you hated Idiocracy, you're gonna hate this movie. But
Jeez.
I have to figure out exactly what it's called. I want to say it's called. I'll find it, but you're gonna watch this movie, okay?
Fine.
Marathon biography, marathon movie.
Is it just?
Here it is. It's just called Marathon. Here's what the title, like the image, looks like. I don't know if you can see this.
Okay.
And I've talked about it on here before. It is meant to be a comedy. It's meant to be like a...
Oh wait, I've seen this movie.
Did you?
Yes.
Where like they follow the 6 different runners with 6 different like personality types.
Oh my god, yes.
And you liked it?
And the guy, yes. And the person who finishes, they like nobody...
That makes no sense to me whatsoever. That makes 0 sense. How can you like that? I like the movie, don't get me wrong, but how can you like that movie and hate Idiocracy?
So, Marathon is actually funny. Like, there's 6 different people, 6 different stories. There's one person in Marathon who actually seriously finishes the marathon, and she's so freaking pumped for herself. Idiocracy is literally about a society getting dumber.
Have you ever been to Disney World or Disneyland?
I've been to World.
Do you have Disney ears?
No, I did not. They were $20, and I did not want to spend $20 on ears.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do then. I'm gonna send you Disney if I win this bet. If I win this bet, you have to wear Mickey ears at one of your next races.
Oh, easy.
Okay. That's all I can come up with right now, since apparently you think that movie was great, and it's not great, just so everyone knows, but I still liked it. And
I thought it was
don't like Idiocracy. I don't get it. I do like I don't like it, but I thought I liked the mockery of the concept of the race director trying to attract more people to his race, so he pretends to do a bomb threat.
Yep.
And then he ends up getting busted for it because it worked for Boston, he says. Or how he makes the one person who has to hand out all the medals, he has to hold them out like this. And he has to hold every single medal until everyone comes to collect them. So there's some funny part. It's a great Chase, you should check it out. It's a horrible movie, but it's also good.
You're making me think, and this is probably a good point to start to roll out on. But you're reminding me of the Shane Gillis ESPY Awards monologue.
Oh,
oh man, he hit it out of the park. Oh,
we got our picks in. We got our wagers in. I feel like I get the worst of this because you guys know how much I hate Brooks, but I will do this. I will own it. Brooks shirt.
When is this? When's the race?
It's got to be between the 31st and the 2nd. There's only a 3-day period there, so
Okay.
I think it's over by Sunday.
What if none of us wins?
Then
It's a draw. We'll
we
take
suck.
it.
Okay.
I don't have to wear Brooks, so I win one way or the other in that case.
Okay.
Anything else coming up? How's training going?
Good. Good.
We really didn't talk. We didn't really talk about our own running much.
Yeah. You're doing what marathon or half are you doing, Chase?
I'm gonna do Indy again this year, so I'm gonna do the full Indy.
What happened to I'm gonna take a break from marathons.
We've talked about this. I'm not. I said I was going to take a break from racing. I didn't say I was going to take a break from marathons. I said I was going to take a break from racing. But I didn't really think about the fact that if I wanted to continue on with doing the majors next year, I need to run a qualifying time for New York this year. So that's only like 250 though. So I shouldn't really have to train too hard for that.
Yeah. Well, you need a buffer though for New York Marathon.
I don't know. Not sure how that works.
I've never ran it, so I also don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like people have gotten in with no buffer though.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a hard. Well, it was. I'll have to check it again. It's been a minute, but it was harder to qualify for it by time.
Yeah.
Again, Boston's adjusted their standards. Chicago's adjusted their standards, so we'll see. But
Yes. Did you see Chicago adjusted their standards even faster for 2026?
I did not.
Yes, they dropped them another 5 minutes. So my age group, it was a 325 for 2025. It's now a 320 for 2026.
I feel like it, and I don't want to knock anyone down, especially you, Carolyn. At least on the men's side, it was always pretty laxed. Like it was a 3:15. Was because they don't have a qualifying time. They have what's called a guaranteed entry time. So you don't have to hit a buffer either. You hit that time you're in.
Yeah.
What your time is beyond that does determine what wave and corral you're in. But yeah, I feel like it was 3:15, then I think it was bumped to 3:10. Like for my age group, anyways, our age group now, Chase.
I don't know. I didn't look. I'm really not. I'm not interested in going back to Chicago. At least not anytime soon.
I don't have a marathon on my radar anytime soon. Konkan, which is the Thailand marathon in February, I may be doing that. I'm at least doing the half. I may do the full. We'll see. I have, and Chase, I think we talked about it when you were here, some of the runners. This weekend is the Tour de Pain, which it is part of the Grand Prix series, and it's 3 races. So it's Friday night, a 4-mile race, and then Saturday morning, it's a 5K, and then which starts at 7 a.m. and then at 9:15 a.m. it's a 1-mile race, and you have to do all 3 races, and they take your time from all 3 races, add it together, and then that's your combined time that you get placed off of. It's very hot, and it's 3 races back to back. Yes, 3 different distances, but all within 12 hours, less than 24 hours. I don't know what that total time span is, but 12-hour span. Yeah, it's a 12-hour span. close to it. It's like 14 hours because the Friday night race is at 6. That's what I got going on. And I'm going to suck at it, by the way. I'm not in good shape right now. So I'm not going to do good.
I did a 4-mile race over the weekend. And that
Did you
was
win it?
I have no idea what my time was. Like I just kind of went and did it for fun.
That means you won it.
Yep.
For the listener, guys, Chase is one of the most humble runners that you will ever meet. He does this local half marathon. I mean, he won it one year. I think you were second place the next year or something because you had one other fast runner that came up to it. But I mean, usually you do these races, you come in the top 10, like you have bragging rights to talk about that. Not Chase. Chase just subtly at the end of this podcast episode is mentioning, oh yeah, I ran a 4-mile race and I won it. Forgot to mention that.
Just to be clear, I definitely did not win. We could say that.
No.
I wasn't paying attention, so yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I was the first one there.
Cool.
I do want to throw in too, because I know we're probably getting ready to wrap it up, but I'll be going on the Allie Brettnacher, the Finish Lines and Milestones podcasts here in a couple weeks. Carolyn, you might remember her. She was the MC for the women's elite panel at the Monumental last year, so she got to interview Sarah Hall and all those other girls that I don't remember the names of right now.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. That'll be here in a couple weeks, so I'll let you guys know.
That'd be cool.
That's
Where to
awesome.
listen to that, and definitely check out her podcast because like all she does, she's we are very much normal runners, everyday runners, and that's what she does. Like she doesn't have elites on her podcast. She doesn't have a lot of pros or anything like that. It's just kind of the normal everyday runner. So you should totally check out that podcast if you're looking for a new one to listen to.
You'll have to tell us when that episode drops too.
Yep, for sure.
Awesome. Well, cool.
Yep. And Carolyn, you want to tell everybody where they can find us?
Yes. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook. Let's see. All of that under RunTok Live. You can email us at runtalklive@gmail.com. Let's see. You can find me on Instagram at Carolyn M. Levenway and TikTok at Carolyn McDuff. Chase, where can people find you?
Pretty much any of the platforms. Chaser, no pacer. That's my thing. So.
And you can find
Jake?
me at all the places. You can find me at all the places at the Cultural Runner, TikTok being the main one there, though.
All right. Well, this has been another fun-filled episode of RunTok Live. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace out.
Deuces.